Would he have beat Fury? Tough one, that.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that one because that is tough. Because Fury's good at fiddling around and he's good at using, his height and his reach to tie fighters up.
That's an unfortunate expression. That tells you more about yourself than it's telling us about George. No, we'll keep that. Welcome to Talk Boxing, the Q&A with Simon Jordan and Spencer Oliver. As always, don't forget to keep liking and subscribing to the channel. Equally importantly, to keep leaving these brilliant questions in the comment section below. But let's get on with these questions. Spence. I'm looking forward to these wonderful names that I said last week that trip off my tongue. But this looks like a reasonable array. I've got a Gamer Boy T in there. It doesn't sound so bloody good. We'll get to him in a second. Stuart Foster kicks us off. Who wins at Cruiserweight in their prime? Prime. Sounded a bit like Roy Hodgson, didn't I? Prime. In their prime.
Yeah.
Roy Jones Jr. or Alexander Usyk?
It's a tough question, that, because Roy Jones Jr. in his prime was a middleweight.
That's my point. The natural cruiserweight would be my leaning.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing? You waiting for me to answer the question?
So who was it, Roy Jones Jr. and who?
Alf Garnett. Alexander Usyk, like I said.
Right. Well, you got to go Alexander Usyk.
I said Alexander Usyk.
Yeah, you did, mate. I had a blank.
You want an ear trumpet?
No, I had a blank because you threw a question at me and I'm going, well, there was a prime middleweight there, not a prime cruiserweight. So
who wins?
It's sort of like a pointless question. It's a pointless question. Alexander Usyk wins because he's the natural cruiserweight.
That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think.
That's why I'm getting all confused, mate, because you threw a
that's
middleweight.
That's not the only reason you're getting confused, mate.
Anyway, go on.
Okay, Amy Maria. So you got your answer. We both agree on the fact that it's Alexander
Usyk,
Usyk, yeah. No case for Roy Jones Jr.
No, he's a middleweight in his prime.
But he's still one.
As a cruiserweight, he got flattened by Enzo Macronelli. I'll leave it there.
Okay.
What's next one?
All right. Good point. Well made, Spence. I'd like to see you being robust. Amy Maria asks, would Tony Bellew have still beaten Haye if Haye was in his prime? We've got a lot of prime going on here, haven't we?
There's a lot of prime going on.
If David Haye was in his prime.
David Haye in his prime would have won that fight. Yeah, David Haye that beat Enzo Macronelli that night would have won that fight. David Haye that went over and won the world title over against Mormac over in France would have won. He was a phenomenal fighter in his prime.
What? Just out of curiosity, refresh my memory. What weight class did they fight in?
Who? Heavyweight.
Haye and Bellew. They fought in heavyweight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why are you just making it about Haye's achievements in cruiserweight then?
Because that's when he was in his prime. You asked me in the prime.
Would he not have been in his prime when he beat Bellew?
No.
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 No,
well, he might have been.
What about
when
he beat John Ruiz, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, John Ruiz, yeah.
So if a cruiserweight Tony Bellew had fought a cruiserweight David Haye in their primes, David Haye would have won.
I believe so.
But I suppose we can't really compare and contrast because Tony only went up to heavyweight for
that fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're in the space that
Tony really done most of his career at light heavyweight. So.
Well, I watched him get beat by Donna Stevenson.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was he was a hell of a...
They're a little bit out on these questions with the weights here.
But we'll work them through and we're turning them into what we want to turn them into. Right? The next one is from Gary Moore.
The names are too ordinary, mate. I'm not happy about this.
Once we get to one of these wacky names, then we'll know that we get some... Although I'm not saying that the game... Maybe. The next one is from Gary Moore. Apart from Fury versus AJ, what fight, any class, would you like to see happen?
Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence.
Well, we're going to see that, aren't we?
Yeah, but that's the fight I want to see. You
asked me, but we know we're going to see that. But we know that's already been made.
Yeah, but that's the one I want to see.
Right.
So it ain't happened yet.
Well, that's useful, Spence. Right. I'm going to create. I would like to see.
Go on.
Beterbiev versus Bivol.
Nice.
I gave it some thought.
Nice.
I didn't just pluck it out of my backside and go with something that was already there.
And it hasn't happened yet. So.
But I like your
answer.
Can you not think of give a bit more value to the answer? The guy's bothered to text in. He sat at home in his mum's bedroom. He's pulled his trousers up and he sent this text message in. And you give him one that's already out there.
I'll give him an answer. Though. That's the fight I want to see. All right.
But he knows that fight exists. He wants us to expand upon it. He wants us to create a fight that could be seen. I've just given you one. Beterbiev versus Bivol. So stop being so bone idle.
Go on then. Shall I go?
No, I want to move on questions now. Now, go on then. Give us a fight that you'd like to see.
Beterbiev versus Bivol. I'd love to see that.
You're a nauseating little scrote, aren't you? Right. And I mean, I'm surprised you haven't come up with it yourself. It's imminent anyway.
Go on.
And you've got your head firmly buried up his backside most of the
Anthony
time.
Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Yeah, of course.
I think that's a fascinating fight.
Throw it in.
I think that's. I just did. I'm recording it. I think that is a great fight because
that's a great fight. Who wins that, by the way?
I think. Who gets hit the hardest first?
Well, all right. Tell us something that we don't know.
No, but the point is, I don't know at this moment in time. I think
right,
the balance of probability. I think Deontay Wilder beats
Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua. So one of us is but we didn't need to get. We all knew that was your position.
What do you mean?
Because we already knew that. You think that Anthony Joshua was going to beat Deontay Wilder? We could have closed our eyes. We could have put a tail on any donkey, and you'll say Anthony Joshua.
Oh no! I'm talking. I'm not talking from the heart here. I'm talking from the head.
Gamer Boy T.
That's more like it.
There we go. Get
That's
in there.
Like it.
Yeah. Remind myself of where I am on the food chain now. Do you think it would help boxers if promoters weren't allowed to sign multi-fight deals? I think it would help get more big fights on. I don't understand. What do you think he means by multi-fight deals? Do you think it means by rematches?
Yeah, no, I think that basically what they're probably trying to get at there is that when like a promoter likes to sign a fighter for, say, like a free fight deal.
Okay.
So, if he wins,
so like Josh Boazzi was going to be signed.
It's like insurance for the promoter, isn't it? Like Boazzi thing.
So Boazzi being forced to fight Bivol and then not forced to fight Bivol, giving opportunity, but then having to fight 3 more fights to pay back the investment that's been put into him.
Yeah. But you've got to understand from the promoter's point of view that they can't invest, and then when they get there and win the world title, then they're allowed to go wherever they want. The promoter has got to sort of add something.
And we understand that side of the argument. Yeah. But go to this fella's question.
Go on then.
I'm assuming Gamer Boy to know. But do you think it would help boxers if promoters weren't allowed to sign multi-fight deals? We've understood why it helps promoters. We've made that case for them. Do you think, as a former fighter, that not being forced into a multi-fight deal with an individual promoter would help more big fights being made? I'm not sure that. I don't understand why it would.
Yeah, no, I think that probably because when you get to a certain level, because of the broadcasters, it becomes very political and where the fights are going to end up and whatever. Why don't you just say you don't know? And they'll tie up, huh?
Why don't you just say you don't know?
Go on, I don't know.
I don't know either. Sorry, mate.
I was trying. I was trying, though, to be fair.
I don't think it would. I think that ultimately it's entirely appropriate that a fighter gets given opportunities and that ultimately the promoters and the fighters work hand in glove and try to achieve best outcomes. And I don't understand why there would be a feeling that... I know that the Bivol argument around Boazzi and Boazzi making his case on that position, but I didn't even quite understand what Josh's point was then. He just didn't want to be on that platform anymore, did he?
Basically, yeah.
That was it. Yeah. Sanjay Singh asks... Would Holyfield and Big George... Have you seen that film, by the way? Big George Foreman?
No, have you seen it?
I watched about 15 minutes of it.
No good?
I found my feet snoring. It wasn't great.
You're the only one that's told me that. Everyone else told me it's really good.
No, maybe it's just... What's
your sort of movie? What do you watch?
Listen, I love The Hurricane, which is the Reuben Turner film.
Nice, I like that.
I obviously, of course, Raging Bull, any of the boxing films that, I've $1 Million Baby.
Yeah.
Even The Champ.
Gladiator.
Good film. Yeah. With Nail and I.
The Champ was
There's
the
a brilliant film called Telstar. Who was the producer of that? Oh, me. Those sort of films.
Did you cry at The Champ?
I did.
Thank you. I'm glad you admitted that.
But that's because my brother nicked my popcorn.
Nothing to do with...
Who was the actor? Was it Ricky Schroeder?
That's the boy, right?
Yeah, Joan Voight, who is Angelina Jolie's dad.
Yeah.
Was the I did. Everyone did. If you didn't, there's something fundamentally wrong with you.
I know. I was just seeing like if that heart works or not.
No, it does work. It does work. It does work. And I did. I cried many times on films, especially on the films that I made when I got the receipts back. How much?
E.T.
No, I didn't like E.T. I didn't like E.T. No, I didn't like E.T.
All right.
I cried at Lord of the Rings, the animated version. When Gandalf got impaled on a stick on his jackson. Right, let's go back to the original question. In my parallel universe of Lord of the Rings, would Holyfield and Big George Foreman, I still think the film's not very good though, beat the current crop of heavyweights?
Whoa.
Not as bad as Creed 3, that is crap. Would they? Holyfield, I don't know why are they putting... They fought, didn't they? So that's why they put them into it.
Well, Holyfield and Big George, though, are they talking about prime Holyfields and prime Big George?
I guess so.
A prime Holyfield...
Would he beat Anthony Joshua, your mate?
I think a prime Holyfield would have been hard to beat, mate. I'm not going to lie. And a prime... George Foreman, like when he knocked out Joe Frazier, that type for George Foreman, they're going to be hard to beat. I'm not going to lie. I think that, yeah, you're talking about two all-time greats there.
They're talking about the current crop of heavyweights. So let's just say, would
Holyfield
beat Usyk, Wilder, Fury, and Joshua?
I think he might be too small for Fury, if I'm honest.
So he couldn't beat Fury.
I'm not sure he
could he
beat
Wilder?
Fury. He could have beat Wilder, yeah, he could have out-hustled Wilder.
Could he beat Anthony?
Yeah, he could have beat Anthony.
And could he beat Deontay Wilder?
Not sure, because Wilder might have landed one. It's one of those ones. Styles make fights. It's tough.
Usyk, yes, sorry.
It's a tough one.
Would he beat Usyk? 2 former cruiserweights.
I think he would beat Usyk, yeah.
All right, okay. What about George Foreman? I'm going to let you have the opinions on this.
No,
Because
are you not going to come in on it?
No. I'm going to let you go with
George.
Yeah.
Right. So Big George Foreman. Would he have beat Fury? Tough one, that.
Yeah.
I'll come back to that one because that is tough. Because Fury's good at fiddling around and he's good at using, his height and his reach and tying fighters up.
That's an unfortunate expression. That tells you more about yourself than it's telling us about George. No, we'll keep that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, is there something you want to tell me, Spence?
I've got to be careful what I say. Yeah, he's good at hustling his way through a fight. Is probably the best way of putting it. And I think that that would have been a difficult fight to judge. Would George Foreman would have probably beat Anthony Joshua because he's just heavy-handed and Joshua's one of his fights to stand in front of him.
Yep.
And George Foreman would have probably flattened Usyk as well because he's just so big and strong, and he would have just ironed him out cold.
So you make a case for George Foreman to potentially do better than Holyfield would do?
Yeah, because of his size and power. George Hammond, go back and watch him.
How big was Riddick Bowe, by the way?
Yeah, but go back and watch when he was in his prime, when he lost to Ali, which was the biggest shock ever. Like before that run up before that, he was like
Did he knock out Kenny Norton?
He knocked out Kenny Norton cold. He knocked out Joe Frazier in cut rounds. He lifted Frazier off the floor, didn't he? He was monstrous.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He was monstrous. So I mean, comparing eras is always difficult, but
the Mummy. That's what he was called, wasn't he?
Was he?
That's what Muhammad Ali called him, the Mummy, who sort of walked forward in that sort of straight line. He's the Mummy. Because he had a nickname for everybody, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, Sonny Liston the Bear, Floyd Patterson the Rabbit, and he called George Foreman the Mummy.
The Mummy. There you go.
There you go. Trip down amnesia lane. Right, Spence.
Yeah.
You've answered those questions
always
brilliantly.
Fun. I hope
we found out certain facets of your character that explained a few things. But anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to keep liking and subscribing. Don't forget to keep leaving the questions in the comment section below. And myself and my challenged friend over there. See you next time out.